from today's TMJ4.
This is Live at 10.
A man claiming to be God is accused of killing his neighbor with a sword.
Young Jay Choi is charged with murder. Detectives say he attacked Dustin Vanderhayden in a boarding house in Watertown.
The details in this case are absolutely shocking.
An attack with a sword, a room spattered with blood.
And a suspect who'd been making bizarre statements all week.
Katie Crowther takes us right to the murder scene, new at 10. Katie?
Courtney and Mike, it was eerie being in the very place where the crime happened. Neighbors describe hearing the screams, seeing the blood, and then being confronted by the attacker waving a huge sword.
I was looking behind me just to make sure I'm safe, and the last thing he said to me was, "Who's God?" And I said, "You're God," and I ran that way and called 911.
Moments after the attack, Eric Pan was cornered by young Jay Choi in the community bathroom of the boarding house where they live.
Basically, he just told me what he did, showed me his hand was cut, and proceeded to wash off his sword.
The sword was covered in blood. Pan says Choi had just attacked their other neighbor, Dustin Vanderhayden.
The victim dragged himself to the end of the hallway where he secured himself.
And I started hearing someone cry for help, and I ran upstairs and saw a man standing over another one, hitting him with a sword, like just striking him with it.
David Gerard tried to pull the sword away from Choi, but suffered a cut on his hand. He ran downstairs to get help. All these neighbors knew Choi had weapons.
So he gave that to your friend?
Yep, he gave this to my neighbor for protection, and this sword is about half the size or 1/3 of the size of the one that I saw him wielding.
They also knew Choi was unstable. They just didn't think he was capable of murdering a friend.
The victim and his wife were spending a lot of time with him, trying to clean up his room and everything, but there was definitely an indication that he wasn't right. I don't believe they really understood until that day that the full degree of his condition.
And during police questioning, Choi told officers to call him God and said he did not feel bad about the stabbing, saying the universe made him do what he had to do. And the police report says Choi told the victim's wife that he wanted to be with her. Now, all those neighbors now wish they would have spoken up sooner about Choi's questionable mental health. Mike?
All right, very strange case. Thank you very kindly. New